to the Whiny Moms podcast, a place where we can whine and whine after our kids go to bed. A judgment-free zone where we can just be ourselves, where we can share laughs, where we can share struggles and all of the crazy situations that we find ourselves in on a regular basis. And in tonight's episode, we can also share some TV that we really enjoy. How are you doing tonight, Jay?
I'm doing good. Just getting ready for the new week. Tired?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a long week. And then my sister was out here visiting, so you know how it is when you have guests.
Yeah.
So it was fun though. What have you been up to?
I'm just same old stuff with my kids, cleaning my house, going to work, doing sports.
Yeah.
You know, all the things. And I've also been trying to catch up on Cobra Kai. This episode, we are going to be talking about one of our favorite shows, Cobra Kai, because we love it. Like, everyone I know loves it. And I'm just like super excited about the wrap up of the final season. So
yeah, it was so good.
So good. If you haven't watched, please watch. Also, if you haven't watched this, there will be spoilers.
Spoilers for sure.
Heavy spoilers. I mean, you can't. There's going to be spoilers, so maybe watch it first.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you going to be drinking tonight?
So I'm having a high noon vodka seltzer. I got the variety pack, so I'm having peach right now. I'm almost done with that one, and then I'm going to have a kiwi.
Yum. Oh, I like the peach one.
Mm-hmm.
I just have some regular Chardonnay.
Nice.
Wine talk.
Wine talk. Cool.
Without any further ado, let's just get right into the subject matter tonight. Cobra Kai, the final season. What were your overall thoughts, Jay?
I really liked the ending. I thought that it really tied the show together, you know. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty interesting. I really liked the end with Johnny kind of his redemption, you know.
Yeah.
It was his redemption episode for sure. It was so good.
I felt like we'd been watching the show go down this trajectory for a while where like he'd becoming more like Daniel and he was becoming more like Miyagi-Do, and they were embracing the balance. And it's like, okay, I get it. But the show's called Cobra Kai, and in the very last minute, they remembered that.
Right.
But it's like, because they tricked me, it felt so good to come back to that, where it's like, no, Cobra Kai is going to be the good guy. They're going to be the winner. They're going to have redemption. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah. Like Miguel and Tori, this is awesome. And then they're like, the senseis have to fight. And I was like, no. Oh my God, they're doing it. Like, I didn't even know that I wanted that to happen.
Right. It was perfect.
But I wanted it so bad. And then the way that he beat him, like, it was just great. Like, I feel like they were setting it up thinking, they had you thinking the whole time that like they were going to do some Karate Kid bullshit, but they didn't. Yeah. They literally just did the opposite of everything. Like,
I totally thought at the end he was going to like pull some Miyagi-Do like type of like move or something to like finish it off, but he didn't.
And I loved that. Loved that so much. There was no like beat you over the head with a moral message. It was just like feel good, happy moment. There was no greater, like the people they were fighting, we didn't give a fuck about. We're like, just beat the shit out of them. You know what I mean? They were pure bad guys.
Right.
Everything about it was just enjoyable. But with that being said,
we went straight to the ending, huh?
I know, right? Because it was just so good. Like they went full fairy tale happy ending, and nobody does that anymore. So I loved it. Backtracking just a tiny little bit. I'd kind of gotten lost because they broke the season up into so many parts. And like I completely forgot about the whole thing with Tori's mom dying and like how they'd become captains and how they all ended up in Barcelona. And like it was really convoluted. When I went back and did a little recap, I forgot how close that Hawk was to getting eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the biggest drama for me because he is my favorite character. But
yeah, I guess I can start back with part 1.
yeah. It was like necessary though, the way that they had to do it, because there was only 6 spots. So if Tori hadn't have been cheated of her spot by, you know what I mean, like her mom dying and them not letting her fight, she would have, one of them wouldn't have gotten to go to Barcelona. So if she didn't go with Cobra Kai, they wouldn't have all been there.
Right.
So in the end, it made sense, I guess.
Yeah, and then they had the whole thing with Devin and the other kid's name. I can't remember. Kenny, yeah. And how he got to go at the end too, because she ended up having to get kicked out, right? I think that's what happened.
She forfeited because she admitted that she cheated to get there so that he could come.
Yeah.
But again, you're right. That way, like they wouldn't have all been there together if she had. It was, in the end, I guess the story writing made sense. At the time, I was a little irritated by it, but I see where they were trying to go. And I think it was worth it. Yeah, and like even if Quan hadn't have died, then Miguel wouldn't have got to fight and win the championship because he had to take his place in Cobra Kai. So like everything made sense.
Quan died in part 2, right?
Yeah, and that crazy ass.
They had a brawl.
The brawl.
Yeah.
Every season has to end in a brawl.
He got impaled by the knife. That was crazy.
But he was wielding. Didn't he like stab himself or something?
He went to, so Kreese dropped the knife and then he went in and started fighting with, what's the dude's name?
Axel. Axel, the guy that Miguel had to beat, the guy who broke Robbie's leg. No, it wasn't Axel.
The long hair.
Oh, that's Silver.
Silver, yeah. So him
Kreese was fighting Silver.
It's in a fight with Silver, and then he drops his knife on the floor, and the kid went to go grab it to stab Axel. And then I guess Axel kicked him, and he fell on the knife.
He fell on the knife, right?
Died. So that's how he died. That was wild.
That was fucking wild. It was all there.
And Johnny saved Kreese from. Why can't I ever remember his name?
Silver. Just think, his hair is silver. His name is Silver.
Yeah, he kicked his ass for Kreese. That was cool.
That was interesting. I also really liked, I know, I don't know, some people were saying it was like too over the top, but I actually really liked the boat explosion scene where Kreese and Silver died, because I hated Kreese the entire season and they kept trying to redeem him. I'm like, fuck that guy. That guy sucks. And then in the end, though, when he killed that guy who he was going to send to kidnap Johnny's family, and then he was like I was like, oh my God, they did it. They made me root for him. What a beautiful moment.
Yeah, that was like his redemption moment. Like, he always loved Johnny, you know.
He did. He was just a deeply fucked up human.
Yeah. So him doing that for him was pretty cool.
When he went and apologized to him first.
Yeah. That part was deep.
It was deep. It really was. And then he fucking you could see him reaching for that cigar, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna blow him up. The whole fucking ship exploded.
I was still hoping that at the end he would come out out of the ocean.
I know. I heard people.
He's unkillable.
Dead. He only gets redemption through death. If you're so bad, the only way you can earn redemption is by dying. It's like an old trope.
Right.
There it is.
Yeah, I also thought it was funny the whole like situation with Mr. Miyagi and how he was like trying to prove that he like wasn't a bad guy because apparently he had like robbed somebody. Remember he ended up in a
Mm-hmm.
cage?
Even with the dog came. Oh my god, I'm like, you're so dumb. You are being so okay. I don't like Danny. Danny is fucking
That whole
stupid. I
episode
can't
irritated
stand
me.
him. And that was just classic him being him. I swear to God, he's so dumb. And then in the end, his mom was like, "Oh, here's the pearl necklace. Here's the thing that happened. Like I just knew the whole time."
Right. So ridiculous.
I thought he was gonna pass out. I thought he was just gonna fall on the ground, and that was gonna be the end of him when she said that.
That was funny.
Oh my god, that was so unnecessary. Anyway. Yeah, I was never like I have to be honest. I was not really a Karate Kid fan because he annoyed me so much.
Danny.
Yeah, the whole Daniel, Mr. Miyagi, their whole like thing, that whole vibe that they had, the whole just balance and you're better than everyone. Like it just bothered me, and I was always rooting against him every time. So I'm very happy with Cobra Kai. I know that wasn't the whole point. I know in the end, Johnny was like, we got to have balance too. Like, cool, whatever. I thought it was fun though. Anyway.
Yeah, they're saying that there's not going to be a season 7, which is kind of sad, but I'm okay with it because the end was good.
Yeah, I'm okay with it too. I don't know. They're making that new movie, and I'm super disappointed it's not going to have any of the other characters in it. I thought that could have been fun. It's like a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Who is in it? It's just Daniel's in it, right?
Yep. Just him. The worst character in the whole show / movie / franchise. Objectively. In my opinion. Oh, dear God. Also, okay, so I did find that there was a bunch of Rocky references.
Oh, I was watching a video about that.
Was it like the director was also worked on Rocky too? I can't remember. It was something like that. But I guess I could just Google it right now. I should just Google it right now so I can be like accurate. Because I'm like, it was the same director. And then if it wasn't the same director, I'm going to look like a fool. Let me see. Yeah, he did direct the first Rocky.
Okay.
So, yeah, so he put a bunch of Rocky like references in there, and honestly, I didn't even notice them because I'm stupid and wasn't really paying attention. But when they were pointed out, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that yeah. And they even literally quote Rocky when Johnny's getting ready for his match, and
well,
I'm like,
he starts doing the run and all that. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, so like it was really, really obvious. I just wasn't paying attention, I guess. But that's kind of fun because they're like both big things from the 80s and they're made by the same person. So they were trying to like work that in. That's kind of cool. And I don't think they did it in a way that was like intrusive. It just all made sense. Because in like real life, if I was trying to prep someone up for a fight, I'd probably reference Rocky too, like we all would. It's so fucking natural.
Yeah. So, I like the part when he's training, like the whole town is running behind him.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, these people really like karate in the valley.
I know. Like, how do they have the time to just go run after him in the middle of the day? Like, don't you have a job? Maybe it was on Saturday or Sunday. I don't know.
How many times were you fucking watching? You're just like, God, these people really like karate. Like, why are there so many people in the stands? It's like televised.
Right.
Is that real, LA? Do you guys really do that?
I think it is a real thing. We're just not into it. But I think they do have televised karate tournaments out there.
I'm sure they do, but I don't think they're like that. I don't think it's like all that. That was
not that extreme.
Yeah, that was hella funny. So they're like, these crazy worldwide tournaments that people like care about? Really?
That's wild.
Maybe somewhere. But that was part of the fun, was just getting lost in that ridiculousness. So I think by the end, I always really liked Hawk because he's such a fun character. I think by the end, though, my favorite character might have been Tori.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, I really like Miguel, too, don't get me wrong. But I think it was because she just went on such a journey.
Mm-hmm.
She took you on that journey with her. And by the end, when she looked at that girl and she was like, welcome to the valley, bitch. I was literally like, bitch. And then she said, bitch, right after me. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, there was a point where I didn't like Tori, but yeah, I came to really like her at the end.
Mm-hmm. I fucking hated her.
Was
brave. She was the worst. She was horrible.
And then she got that sports deal, which was pretty cool. And now she's like set for life, which is what she needed, you know. Her and
Robbie.
Robbie.
Okay, I lied. Daniel's not the worst character Robbie is.
Why do you think Robbie is? Because he slept with that girl?
No. Well, okay, yeah, okay. One, Tori should leave his fucking stupid ass. Okay, she is too good for him. That's the only part that upsets me, is that their stupid asses stay together. But also because he's just so annoying. Everything about him is annoying. He's dumb. Like, he's not very good at things. He's always making the wrong decision. He just has no redeeming character qualities. I'm sorry. Like, help me out here. Like, what about him is redeemable or likable at all? I guess he stopped being a complete jerk at some point. He's there. I would say he's a good boyfriend, except no, he's not, because he slept with that girl.
He slept with that girl, and he also didn't he cheat on Tori with why can't I remember any of the characters' names? Sam.
Well, there was like a love square between Sam, Miguel, Robbie, and Tori where they were all cheating on each other. That's forgivable. Right. That was right when they got together. They were all cheating on each other. Like, I'm surprised Miguel and Robbie didn't make out, okay? Like, we could have had some crazy, like, foursome shit going on. They were all over each other. But no, like, his girlfriend's mom just died. Her mom fucking died. And he's like,
he was being all petty that whole episode.
Why can't you be like, why would you go back to Cobra Kai and just blah? And then she said, I need to take a break because my mom just died. And like, I'm trying to like figure this shit out so I can like take care of me and my brother right now. I just need like a minute. And he chose not to be supportive. One. And then he chose to sleep with some bitch too.
And he only slept with her because he thought that Tori was with the other dude, the Asian dude.
Oh, and he just believed that she would go sleep with that Asian dude just like that, with like the subtlest innuendo. Like, it was so easy to convince him. He didn't even like think for half a second.
Right. Or even talk to her about it. Like,
he was just like, the slightest suggestion. And he was like, it happened. Now I'm cheating on her too.
That was dumb.
Which doesn't even matter, because it's like, even if she did do that to you, like, wouldn't you think for a minute and be sad about it and not want to just go sleep with that hoe and like consider everything that's going on?
Right. And that chick was terrible.
No, because he's Robbie and he sucks. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
That's funny.
It's the worst. So I guess him getting a happy ending, like, I wasn't upset about it anymore, but now that I'm talking about it, fuck that guy. I really don't like him.
Robbie.
I'm gonna find that episode where they hit him in the head with the oar and watch that, because that was hilarious. That's the country club. It was like season 1 or 2 or something.
Whatever.
And like back then, you're supposed to be rooting for him because he's all like, oh, that was the other thing. Like, he was just like, I don't know. He was just like a lost puppy.
Yeah, him and Sam were
my
favorite characters. I wasn't a big fan of Sam either.
She was a little annoying. I wasn't a big fan of her either. But then she's like, I just don't want to fight. I'm like, good. You never should have been here. Go away. I'm so like ruthlessly mean. It's okay. Shamelessly mean. It's all good. Okay, so I kind of want to talk about just my favorite part overall, the whole series. This is like just, we're just talking about Cobra Kai. There is no
there's no time
structure. Okay, we're gonna play a game. Whole series. 2 parts that were your favorite things.
I like the brawls.
God, the brawls.
The school brawl was really cool, except for Miguel.
Except for how it ended. You know why it ended like that? Robbie. Oh, I'm just building my case.
So I like that one. And then I like the brawl at the house that they had.
Oh, that one was so good.
At Daniel's house.
We're like, why are they breaking into houses now? Like,
they had several brawls.
The mall brawl.
The mall one, yeah. And then the one at the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Every season ended with one, I think. Like at least 3 or 4 seasons ended with one.
Isn't that crazy though? Like, imagine being at the mall and just karate just breaks out.
That was my favorite.
It was pretty insane.
It really was. Which is fucking what were they were like at mini golf one time and they got into a fight in the batting cages. Like,
right.
You're just like over there, like playing mini golf with your kids. Holy shit, those teenagers are killing each other. Like literally everywhere you go in this city, like every other month, you're like, why?
Remember when Miguel went to go look for his dad in Mexico and
fuck, I forgot about
that. They ended up fighting at that like UFC like
what was that even?
No, it was like some kind of like Mexican wrestling.
Like underground Mexican wrestling club.
Yeah, that one was wild too.
That was funny. I fucking completely forgot that he went down there to find his dad. I forgot about that. It was because Robbie and Johnny were getting closer and he was sad because Johnny was his dad figure and that was how they all made up finally. Oh fuck. Mm-hmm. That was a good arc. That one made me feel good at the end.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, besides brawls.
Number 2. I don't know. I mean, I would have to say the end because I mean, I love the part where it's kind of like a twist, you know, where it's like, okay, they fought and now the coaches have to fight or whatever, the senseis have to fight. I didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't either. But when they announced it, were you like, yes?
Yeah, I was like, oh, hell yeah. And then started training for it. I thought that whole last part was so badass.
It really was. I just never knew I needed something that badly that I needed that badly. I just didn't even know. They knew. Do you remember when we were talking and I was like, I don't know how they're going to end it, but I believe it's going to be good. Like, I have faith.
Right.
I felt so redeemed. Because I wasn't actually sure. I was just being hopeful.
Yeah, after that last episode, I was kind of worried. I was like, well, what's going on right now? Like,
how are they going to fucking land this ship? My favorite part was when he lost Cobra Kai the first time and he had to make it Eagle Fang.
Oh, yeah.
And they were meeting in the park and like, because Eagles don't have fangs, so the logo was hilarious. But when they were meeting at that like abandoned warehouse, and that was when he brought Devin in, and I really liked her from like the first time she showed up because like we needed more girls on the show besides Sam and Tori because they were objectively awful at that point.
Yeah.
So I really liked her from like moment 1, and the fucking shit he made them do. He's like run inside the cement truck. At one point, he just released wild dogs on them.
Yeah, it was pretty. He's like, really? Oh my gosh.
And they like would go out into the forest and like do shit. Like the way he was training them, I'm like, bro, you're gonna go to prison.
Right. Child abuse.
Child endangerment. Like child abuse. But you know what? It was really funny. It was really enjoyable to just like watch what the fuck is he gonna do to these kids in the next episode. And all of them just fucking rose to the occasion.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool too, like when he started like teaching Miguel how to walk again and like.
Yeah, I loved their relationship.
Mm-hmm. That
was really touching. And even in the end, like just the relationship he had with Miguel, and then Robbie came in, and they were like brothers, and then
they were like a whole family.
That was really sweet. Like I just was happy for all of them, even Robbie. even Robbie, when like they came in when the baby was born, and it was like both of their little sister, and I was like, that almost brought a tear to my eye. My second favorite shit, I was just thinking of it, and then you distracted me with that because that part was really good too. What was I talking about? I was talking about fucking Eagle Fang, and oh no, it's gone.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Hold on. No, it's okay, because that was my runner-up, and now I'm distracted. What was I saying right before that? Fuck. My second favorite part of the entire show was Hawk's story.
Because he's your favorite character.
He's my favorite character. But also, like, it was just, he was so over the top from, like, season 1. And I feel like that, like, kind of crystallized what the show was and where it was going. Was, like, that was, like, the first sign that, like, this stuff is going to get crazy. When he showed up with that crazy-ass mohawk.
And the tattoo.
And his new persona. And then he got the tattoo. And even until like into season 6, they were still using the sound effect when he did shit. And like, I know at the end he wasn't a major focus, but that's just because his story was already told. Like he already got his Valley Championship. He got his girlfriend back. Him and his best friend made up. They're still best friends. Like,
yeah.
His story was just wrapped up a little sooner. They still that was what was cool. They still gave all those like tangential characters, even like Devin and Kenny made up their story ended.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like Hawk and Eli and Dimitri, their story wrapped up. Their story ended.
Right. And then Devin and Kenny and
whatever the hell his son's name was.
Johnny's son, not Johnny, Daniel's son. I can't remember his name. He wasn't
Daniel's son. Yeah, whatever his name was, that one kid.
Yeah.
Even that one kid.
Yeah.
Even Stingray. Stingray got his like little happy ending in the end. You know, the only person who did it was Aisha. What happened to her?
I don't remember Aisha.
She was the first girl who was in Cobra Kai, and she was like Sam's friend. And after like season 3, she like showed up like one time because she quit, and then they just never talked about her again. It's okay. I'm pretty sure she was there when they were doing the warehouse trading, but I thought she was going to come back and make an appearance because all the other characters did, but apparently not. I digress. So yeah, so his story was just already told, and I thought it was cute that him and Dimitri got their girlfriends back, and they just had their own little happy ending, and they went to Caltech and lived happily ever after together.
Right.
But the progression of him like showing up with that crazy mohawk, like just bam, I'm here, and then he got the tattoo. And then he started dating the girl, and he went on this whole evil arc, and then he like broke Dimitri's arm, and then he came back from it. And then he almost didn't make it to Barcelona, and then he did. It was just, there was so much drama with him.
He had a lot of drama. Remember when they shaved his mohawk?
Oh my God, I forgot about that. That was the retaliation. They shaved his mohawk. That was the season when he won the tournament, I think.
I don't remember, but I remember that part.
There was a lot going on with him, and I know he wasn't technically a main character, but
he was one of the best characters for sure.
Best characters. Anyway, I really enjoyed that journey that I went on with him. It was good. It was just pure fun, over the top ridiculousness, and I can appreciate that.
For sure.
Plus that American mohawk, Jesus Christ, have you ever seen anything more patriotic in your entire life?
No. Yes.
I was like borderline embarrassed. I'm like, bro, don't go to Barcelona like that. What are you doing? Oh, shameless. So yeah, but other than that, the Miguel and Johnny was, especially when he was paralyzed and he went to the concert and he moved his leg for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Touching.
That was a touching part.
And yeah,
he had its ups and downs. It was a good show. I'm kind of a little sad it ended.
What am I gonna watch now?
I know.
The Bear. They gotta get a new season of The Bear soon.
Yeah, I hope so.
Is Sika's restaurant gonna be okay? Like, God, I'm on the edge of my seat for like months now.
It's been a few months too.
It'll come out soon.
Anthony, I had to go look it up because it was killing me.
When's it coming out?
No, Daniel's son. His name is Anthony.
What's his name?
Anthony. I had to go.
Anthony.
I was like, what is his name? Yeah.
Duh. That's funny.
Oh, but let me look it up. Let's see. The Bear.
So y'all know one day we're doing the Bear episode.
Let's see. It says 2025, but it doesn't say. It says the exact premiere month hasn't been announced yet.
So we're SpongeBobbing it here eventually. Sounds fun. Sometime in the next 9 months, we're gonna get a season of The Bear.
So it's still in production, so
probably like 3 or 4 months down the road.
Mm-hmm. Probably next fall, because I think that's when it released. Well, let's see.
Not that any of that matters anymore. Shows just come out whenever the fuck they feel like it now.
It says, I imagine sometime early next year or similar date to the last couple of years, February or March time. But it's already February, March, so
probably pushed it to summer or fall.
Yeah.
It's okay. I can wait.
I can wait too. Such a good show. It gives my husband anxiety though.
Okay, my husband, every time he tries to watch it, like it's the world's most boring episode. Like, do you remember that episode where God, I can't remember the characters' names. His sous chef. What's her name? Sydney. Where Sydney's going around trying to find the menu and they keep showing all these visual things. Mm-hmm. And then the guy whose mom is on hospice goes to Scandinavia. That was the episode my husband tried to watch. That was the first episode. He's like, what is going on? I'm like, I swear to God, the show's better than this. We could like, it's going to get better. And then he tried to watch an episode the next season and it was like the same bullshit. And I'm like, God damn it. You just think I'm watching shit now. Well, I should have showed him the Christmas episode.
Yeah. That episode is wild.
He can't handle the Christmas episode. You don't start with the Christmas episode, okay? Because the Christmas episode will put you into like an anxiety shock like seizure.
For sure.
You will start shaking on the ground if that's the first episode you watch.
Yeah, Michael is intense.
I loved that episode though. That's actually my favorite. Is that Christmas, the 7 fishes.
And the mom is just like freaking out the whole time, just like drinking.
It's just so fucking relatable. And then when she crashes the car through, you're like, wow, that's a little over the top. But I mean, it is kind of how you feel when a family member acts like that. So is it a metaphor?
Mm-hmm.
That's like metaphorically what they do to the dinner. His mom actually did it. But I feel like when people act like that, they may as well do that because they're just ruining things.
Right. His mom is a little crazy too, though.
Yeah. I mean, a little. Yeah, I'm excited. I want that season to come out. So before we start going down that rabbit hole, any final thoughts on Cobra Kai?
I don't know. It's a good show, you guys. If you get an opportunity, watch it. It's very entertaining. You can watch it because it's all out now.
Like you can't stop watching it. Does it feel like cheap, cheesy soap opera, teen drama? Yeah. But
do they
love it?
Actors? No.
No, they don't. That was what I kept saying. The acting was really good. I'm like, no, it wasn't. The acting was terrible.
And the acting was terrible from day one.
That's not what you come for.
Right?
Not all the actors are terrible. Just like a couple.
A few, yeah.
Sam
for sure.
No.
She's such a terrible actor.
She's so bad at this.
It's like, you've been doing this for like 7 years now. How have you not improved?
Does it have good acting? No. Are the storylines mature? No, but the writing's really good.
Yes, definitely.
And you will feel things and you will love it so much.
You will cry, you will laugh, you will feel anger.
You'll feel empty, you'll feel complete, you will stand up and cheer. Literally. Full range of emotions.
You will feel rage.
Mm-hmm. Despair.
Excitement.
Yes. It's so fucking true. Oh my God, hope. You'll feel hope like you've never felt hope before. But I want to say too, the range of the audience fan base is fucking ridiculous because if you think about it, like who did they make this show for?
The
But
people
who actually watches the show? Huh? What? Everyone watches this show. Like everyone I know watches this show, which I can't say about anything else. So I just think it's funny because I don't think I would have been the target demographic, but it feels like I am when I watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it targets the people who were into Karate Kid, you know.
I was not into Karate Kid.
Weren't into, but
I don't like Karate Kid.
But the stuff it references, I feel like it's like it's relatable to us, like growing up and stuff, you know.
I guess it's not fair to say I don't like Karate Kid. I just wasn't like a big fan, and it was kind of annoying. I found it kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And yet, I still love this show. So like, it's incredible. It's just fucking incredible. Like,
I feel like it was just so like it's just so ridiculous that it's just hooking, you know how
it is. It really
is.
is.
What got me is how ridiculous it really is. Especially Johnny. He was very ridiculous.
He doesn't know what HD is. Like,
he was hilarious.
His complete lack of like culture and knowledge. Like, you literally took someone from the 80s and just dropped them into like 2019, and that's Johnny.
Right.
But he was so goddamn relatable. Because he was trying so hard. He was just so bad at life. So yeah. And if he can buy that sweet house in LA at the end of the show, like if he can afford that shit, then god damn it, I have hope. Okay.
Right.
We're all gonna be okay.
Moving off this Cobra Kai. Hopefully they got a good check from the tournament.
Apparently. And he got his dojo back with it, which was like, it's like basically everything just reset to season 1, except now he's not like a poor loser. He has like a family and friends. And he has other things too on top of that. So yeah, Cobra Kai never dies, guys. Show no mercy.
Don't be a pussy. Get out there and fight.
Don't be a pussy. You fucking said that to him too. That's so funny.
Oh man.
Anyway, are we done? Are we done here?
I think so.
I think we're done.
40 minutes of it. We're good.
We're good. All right, y'all. Well, if you haven't watched Cobra Kai, I hope you do, because it's really great. I know I literally just ruined it, but I think you should still watch it anyway, because it's that good. And
we didn't touch everything. There's so much. Like,
oh my god, you can't.
But
it's impossible. There's just too much. But
go watch it.
Close it out.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today and talking a little bit about one of our favorite shows, Cobra Kai. If you guys have any favorite parts that you want to comment on, let us know. And again, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify,
TikTok.
Subscribe and like on TikTok. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Bye, guys.